Hello, Gerold. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you, Mookho. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. It is an absolute honor and a privilege to be able to interview you. I think this is the second time I interview you
Really?
in our lifetime. Yeah.
The other time was at Billy's event, right?
Yes, at the Global Speakers
Academy launch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. You agreed as Auxanō to come and be part of the EmpowaYouth 2025 Ekurhuleni, and I want to know why this matters to Auxanō to be part of a youth initiative in Tembisa.
That's a very good question. Thank you so much. So it actually started a long time ago. We started with some youth events in our own capacity. We used to have something called the Business Breakfast, and we would invite youth and also some other entrepreneurs, and then invite them to come and speak and share. You know, we've had some big names also come and just share their journey of entrepreneurship and some insights, very similar to what's happening here today. We had to stop that last year, but we are planning to continue that again. So youth has always been at the heart of what we do and why we do it, because we understand that if we do not invest in the current generation of the youth, then there will be no future entrepreneurship. Right. There will be no future partnerships. If we start to invest early in entrepreneurship, then we can help them to grow faster, to innovate, to be, really part of the ecosystem from a very early age. And so that's one side of it is us giving back, but it's also us planting trees that later will bear fruit that we can also eat from at another stage. So,
right.
But it's definitely also giving back. And I mean, our team is very young. We all still qualify as youth.
Yeah, so, technically, yeah.
So we're like on the fringe now. I am on the fringe of it. So, but yeah, that's basically it. We love working with young people. They're very energetic, very innovative, and it's a lot of fun to work with them. And they're hungry to learn and hungry to grow. So yes, that's why we are here.
I was about to ask you how all of this will benefit you, but you've already mentioned that you'll eat from the fruits later.
Yes, you have to think ahead. You can't just do things for immediate benefits. You have to think of, if I invest in people's training, it's not just people that I'm developing, but also relationships that I'm developing. So you don't know who's going to become the next CEO of Coca-Cola, for example, right? Since we have them here today. So it's investing in the future. It's investing also building those relationships, building strong foundations from a very early age. So yes, you won't see all the benefit immediately. We have seen other benefits, like people just jumping in, volunteering to help in the company, referrals. Those things happen, but we're not doing it for that immediate benefit. It's a long-term game, so a long-term vision for the youth.
And since everyone at Auxanō is a young person, or mostly, what are some of the disadvantages that you've come across with working with young people? And I ask this because we have a problem of young people being not so employable in South Africa. There is that pandemic as well. And what are some of the things that you've seen? You don't have to mention any names. We're like, okay, we do have problems with young people, and obviously because of the nature of your job, I'm sure you've had to train or to call to order, but other people would otherwise say, listen, I'm not taking this, you're not employable, go away, go do something else. What are some of the problems that you feel like the young people bring, and how can they be mitigated?
I think sometimes what we see with young people a lot is that there's a little bit of a sense of they expect that companies need to meet them where they are. Like there's almost like a demand, like, oh, I want to work from home, or I want to work this way, or you need to cater for my needs, where traditionally it's not like that. You need to show up and show how you can be beneficial to the company to employ you, not, oh, you need to employ me because I'm young and I'm from Tembisa, so that's why you need to employ me. And it's very true what you say, that a lot of young people are unemployable not because they don't have the energy or the innovation or even the desire or work ethic, but a lot of people are not skilled.
Sure.
And so they're not focusing on developing themselves. And if you come to a company and you say, well, I don't have any skills, then what are they going to use you for?
Right.
Even to train you, where do they start?
Right.
So it's very difficult to approach it in that way. But if you come to the company and you say, hey, I can do X, Y, and Z for you. This is my skill set. This is what I'm currently working on. It's very easy for us to go, oh yeah, we need a podcast production manager, or we need a marketing manager, or we need a graphics designer. We can use your skill. For example, at Auxanō, we don't hire according to degrees.
Okay.
So we don't even ask for papers. We don't look at it. I don't care.
Okay, can I get a job at Auxanō?
Like, it's great if you have them,
right.
But often we found that people have a piece of paper and they expect that is everything, but they're not invested into a skill. They're not further developing that skill. They can do a lot of something, but nothing good. So what we really hire for is we look for passion,
right,
talent, and skill. Because if you're passionate and talented, we can train you in anything, right? It doesn't have to be a box thing, because a lot of companies are also moving away from hiring for one reason. With the age of AI, we are in it. It's not approaching. It's here,
right.
And a lot of things changing. The digital transformation in the economical space it's becoming harder and harder for companies to motivate to hire for one purpose. So you can't just be employed because you are a graphic designer. The company wants you to be able to, help with content creation and social media management. And
we need to be agile now.
Agile,
right?
That's a good word. Yes. Yeah. So you need to be multi-skilled and agile. So that's been one thing that we've seen a lot of youth. They're like, oh, I can do this one thing. And we're like, yeah, that's great, but you can't employ you for just one thing.
Sure.
But if they are hungry and talented,
yes.
then, we're like, okay, great. That's your thing, but just know you're going to be doing a lot of things. So we'll teach you more things. So that's kind of the other thing. I think that's sometimes a struggle is just the balance between finding the time to train new people, especially young people, because they don't have experience. So you need to teach them business ethics and how to work in a team and how do things operate. There's a lot of skills that you learn in business over the years, and even working in corporate, that you can't there's no way to learn it unless you've worked in corporate or in a company. So you have to take the time and be patient to teach people, especially the young people, to teach them this is how things work in business. This is how you show up when you do something. This is how we treat clients. So there's a lot of constant feedback with young people and a lot of constant investment. You can't just leave them be, because it's not unfair to them. They don't have the experience, and that's not a negative thing. It's just what it is. They don't have experience, and that's great because you get to work with them from scratch. You can train them. You can help them to develop and form into the people that you want them to be, that will be the best suitable for the company, but also build a brighter future for them, so that if they ever leave the company, they have the best possible opportunity to find a better job or even to start their own thing.
All right. You sound very passionate about this, and it's very it's very evident. I think I like how when speaking about skills, there's that relationship between technical skills, yes, but also the soft skills, right? And I think what a lot of people like, whether it be young or old, is the merge between having soft skills and the technical skills. People don't understand that there's a marriage between the two. How do you help the older generation who, skilled in the technical, and they studied and and now they need to develop. I know there's certain things that you do to help them as well, and how important is it for the older generation to be teachable?
Very important. I mean, you can't grow if you're not teachable.
Oh yeah.
So that pretty much renders you useless.
Sure.
And to put it very harshly, you become useless because like you mentioned about agility, like the world, everything is evolving, not just business. The way we live is evolving. The way we shop is evolving. The way we think, like everything is changing. Like AI is the biggest invention of our time. Like other than maybe the splitting of an atom, this is the biggest thing ever. It's going to disrupt everything, from the way you wash your dishes to the way you go to work. Everything is being disrupted. Yes.
Okay.
Eventually, AI will be like, no, that dish isn't dirty, you know.
Oh my gosh.
So people have to be teachable, especially the older generation tend to hold on to traditions more, and it's harder for them to accept that the world is changing and then they need to evolve with the world. But if you have a teachable spirit that you're willing to learn, then it's a good thing. And then you can look at, things like soft skills, as in communication skills, how to communicate and connect with younger generations, because the younger generations are coming up and they are becoming the new CEOs and the new suppliers and the new managers and the people you need to connect with. So if you are so bad at communication, or you have this fixed mindset in terms of how things should work and how things should look like, and you're trying to create relationships and connect business-wise with this younger generation leaders, you're going to have a very big challenge, because they just won't connect to you. So it's very important that they learn how to network with younger generations, mingle with younger generations, be in their chat. It's like, could I chat? And then you be where they are, so that you can make those connections with them. So yeah.
I want to ask you a little bit of a personal question. As an entrepreneur yourself, and a person who's been in business for quite some time now, what is the cost of your staying power to be able to stay afloat and to be able, what anchors you, basically? So that's a two-way question. One, what anchors you? And two, what is the cost of being where you are?
Well, first of all, the easiest one to say is my faith in God. That's the biggest anchor, because business is hectic. It's a war. It's a battleground. It's constant fighting, constant learning, constant failing and get up again, constant trying new things. And if you are not careful, it can consume your life. And you don't want business to be your life. You want to live a life and have a business, not the same thing.
Right.
Otherwise, you'll not experience life the way that it's meant to be experienced. With spending time with your family, building friendships, exploring things that you like, building hobbies, and that's life. You need to be able to be free and not just business all the time. But business is important. So my faith in God is the first thing, and secondly is just constantly growing. If you're not constantly growing, it becomes extremely difficult to stay in the game.
Sure.
And you can't win at a game that you're not playing,
Right.
So just like athletes, they don't, exercise once in a week, or let's say they exercise for 6 months, then they go and compete, and then after the competition, they're like, okay, I'm done. And then, they don't exercise again no, they have to constantly be improving. Every day get 1% better. Every day work on yourself. Every day look for areas that, weaknesses or blind spots. Every day look at new ways that things are being done. So that constant hunger for growth is very important to stay in the game, because if you're not hungry for growth, then your disappointments, your failures, your setbacks, they're going to beat you like Shambok, So,
Right.
but if you are growth minded, you'll take those things and you turn them into growth energy. So okay, this idea didn't work, but what was good about it? What can we change? How can we make it work? Or maybe what is the mistake we made? Let's go back and try to reinvent this thing, or let's look at it from a different angle so that we can grow. So yeah.
And the truth of the matter is, if you're not growing, you're dying.
Exactly.
Right,
Yes,
there's an element of that. Thank you so much. It was an honor and a privilege to interview you. Perhaps you'll give me a job.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Bye.